And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California, where it is bright, it's beautiful, it is sunny, it is Taco Tuesday, and tomorrow is CPI day. And yes, they're talking about it in the news. The big four, whoever that is, are meeting today surrounding the debt ceiling, and Biden is refusing to make cuts while the speaker insists on cuts that could reduce inflation. Now, Congress has to act to prevent a default, so they say. Otherwise, the world will collapse as we know it. Yes, good morning, everyone. Here we're going to talk about Bitcoin price action on the higher term time frames, the lower term. We're going to take a look at some gold and some silver nuggets. And let's talk about, really quick, the interest rate you would earn on a bank deposit at Wells Fargo in your checking account, currently paying 0.15%, Citibank 0.05%, and Chase 0.1%. Meanwhile, you can earn 5% on a money market fund at many of the various institutions out there. Call your stockbroker on that one. Now, Elon agrees it is time to take your money out of a savings account and put it in a money market fund where you can get that 5%. However, the big problem, inflation. Currently, whatever inflation calculator this is, shows that in January inflation, the annual inflation rate was at 7. We went down to 6.5 in February, and March came in at 5%. Now, tomorrow's CPI day, where they're going to lie some more about the various inflation numbers. And I do suspect we will get some volatility surrounding that inflation. Inflation expectations for year over year is 5%. So, is the dollar a bit of a harbinger of death and despair? So if inflation comes out higher than expected, you would suspect that the dollar has a nice little bounce here. And if we do confirm anywhere here or higher, today, above this wick here, very likely gets a bounce up to this area, and could go for more, as we have several drives up. Now we finally got, I drew this out. If you've been following the channel some time ago, I said, look, we're looking for the extra drives of, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4 lower lows, and that should give us a shot to the 1618 fib based off of the 4 drive philosophy. I know I'm probably boring most of you out there, but that would take you right up to the 1618 fib. And let's see if that holds true for the dollar. And if the dollar does take the route higher, well, I would suspect Bitcoin takes the route lower. And again, we've been following this bit of a pennant here and saying, look, any kind of a break. Well, the technical target is down here, right? And when you get these 3 guys in a row, typically you do get some immediate downside action. Oh, nice trade, nice trade. Trades hitting left and right. Love to see the trades hitting early in the morning, taking a little, 5% gainer on that one. And on this one, wow, we took a 10% gainer on that one. Nice way to start the day, Mr. Mitchell. Okay. Getting back into it here. And what I was looking at there actually on the 15-minute time frame was this current little setup right here. The way I did this one was, well, you had several drives of hidden, and this was on a 15-minute time frame, a very successful time frame. And I do suspect, well, I'm not going to say anything right now, but I'm going to take out these little wick calculators here and talk about it really quick. So as I came in this morning about 30 minutes ago, I saw this little double top forming as we were coming towards the bullish control zone, putting in, there's a higher high and a lower high. Okay, so that's your first warning sign. Now checking for more bearish divergence coming back from this pivot. And you've got a slew of higher highs in RSI, lower highs in price. Could this one come all the way back down to the bottom side of the range? I don't care because I already took my profit. Why? You might ask. Well, shorter term trade using this little Fibonacci sequence, and it's been doing me very beautiful. First bounce up to the 0.5, back down to the 236, back up to the 618, and back down to the 382. Now, typically, if you lose that 382 on the next drive, well, next target is going to be here. And pretty much bull trap confirmed. As where did the bull traps get trapped? At the 618 or the 0.5. And as long as we are below there, well, it's not going to be looking pretty for Bitcoin on the shorter term time frame. However, I want to caveat that and say this. As we mentioned on Friday last week, coming into resistance, going to sell off, coming into support, likely to get a bounce here. And as today is a pretty much non-economic day, there's nothing going on when it comes to financial news today. No major events. The next major event is going to be tomorrow. High economic impact, the CPI report. Yes, indeed. Let's check in on the underlying market dynamics. Still, open interest, 8.4 billion. So nothing has changed there. And then you've got funding rates, which are beginning to get, well, pretty much negative, not negative yet, but slightly positive, slightly positive. So it's costing you to go along. And, inconsequential overall. Crypto fear and greed index coming in at 51. So people are in the neutral zone. People don't know what to think. What should you think? Well, I'll give you a hint here. And it was based off this 4-day bearish engulfing candle printed yesterday night. I did say, look, that is almost enough to put a nail in the coffin. Additionally, you have the stochastics exiting the critical zone back down to doggy town. We need to close back above 30,000 bucks on the next 4-day closure. Otherwise, not going to look good there. 3-day as well. We were looking for that to get confirmed last week on this giant candle. We had basically we had a big wake up and it got averted, crisis averted, but we could not clear above that 29.8 pivot. And again, that is going to be the major pivot on the market. But you're going to begin to see volatility expand from a low level on the 3-day. How do you define expansion? Above 25%. You could front run it, using some of the lower levels, but that's the area I like to look. Now, 2-day volatility is still declining, going for the second move up, but the daily volatility is increasing. And what do we expect? Well, price in general to go in the direction of the momentum. Additionally, you have several multiple drives of hidden bearish divergence as price is making higher highs and RSI is making lower highs. And you can go all the way back from this pivot right here, this last one in the sand. Now, on the other side of hidden bearish divergence is going to be hidden bullish divergence. So if we can confirm this as a local low, flip momentum back to the upside by closing above 29,000, that would look good for a nice 20% move to the upside. However, I'm goosing the odds in the favor of the bears right now. We had a big debate last night about who would win in a fight, a bull or a bear. It was definitely hands down, the bear would take out the bull. The bear, a big old grizzly bear, probably going to take out a bull. Hey, I could be wrong. So that's it for Bitcoin. If we do, I would say it's confirmed for me in my book based on the 4-day, based on the 5-day is going to close in the next day here. And this is all lining up. I mean, perfect symmetry with that green 55. That's where you want to see a bounce. We just don't want to close below the green box of peace and prosperity. And I do think we could get a bit of a bounce. Again, recession, banking stocks, all this stuff, real estate, commercial real estate in trouble. They need to, they need to print some money. They need to print some money. And then Bitcoin can giddy on up to some higher term time frame targets through the end of the year, maybe the end of the quarter, but more likely than not, don't want to put a nail in my own coffin and say, hey, guaranteed to come down, but I'm goosing the odds in the favors of the bears. I don't know why. It's funner to be a bear than a bull. And hey, everybody wants to buy at a lower price anyways, right? So let's cross our fingers on that one, guys. All right. Checking in on our gold rocks. Gold shiny rocks. Well, oddly enough, gold is looking super bullish. Do the banks know something that we don't know? Do the banks know something that we don't know? So where could we suspect a pullback? I don't know where that box came in, but I'm going to delete that guy, this one. And that may be your pullback region right here. Do we have bearish divergence? Yes, we do. On a wick basis, not on a closing basis. This is a 5-day time frame as well, weekly as well. So this is bullish. Well, to be fair, probably going to sell off first. Momentum crossing down, volatility increasing. If the dollar rips higher, I would suspect a bit of a pullback. And where could we suspect that pullback to come from? Let's see. I mean, this is the area on a closing basis on the weekly. Let's check out the daily. Daily bearish divergence. Is it going to print from this high right here? Is it going to print? In these areas, close enough is close enough. We confirm this as a local high. Yeah, I would call this is going to be a bull trap. Bull trap. One last bull trap to throw it in their face. Where does the rally come? Up to the 618. So somewhere in this area on the daily time frame. Okay. Box of peace and prosperity. Above this green box, Bitcoin rallies. Below the green box, death and despair, and a greater target down. Where would the target down? Well, I'd be targeting this minimum target. Yeah. I'm looking for gold to come down to 1966 at a minimum from where we're at right now. And unless, invalidation occurs and we close dailies back above this level at $20,050. All right. Circling up on our silver rock. Silver's been caught at $25 for some time. Essentially, you could see silver pump as gold pulls back in the sense looking like momentum is to the upside and that divergence is not totally present. It is somewhat present. Nope. So we just want to see this come back into the bullish control zone and really start to get going here to the upside. As people take their profits from gold and dump it into silver, silver follows gold with more gains. Gold made it back to the top side of the range. And essentially, as long as, and pullbacks can come as deep as 1929, I would like that. As long as we kind of hold that level at the 21, it's game on, party on for gold to the upside. And silver probably is the outperformer. As what do most people do after they take a massive run in gold to the upside? We'll dump some of that gold and buy some silver because silver likely to play a little catch up. You know what else I want to check in on PP Coin, because we could be having an all-time short setup. Nothing completely present yet on this guy, but on the 12-hour, do we have it? Bearish divergence, 2 drive variety. I mean, nope. It's going to be present on the 4-hour. So as I was saying last night, I would suspect we bounce a little bit off this green 55 and essentially bouncing up to this level, creating another lower high, printing many drives of bearish divergence. I mean, it needs to rally here. I mean, we really need, if PP doesn't start to take off here and at least get a rally up into this area right here. Okay. Death and despair, peace and prosperity. Here you go. As long as we're below this box, PP is going to be having a downside party. Above that box, I might be able to change my opinion. All right. All right. To be fair, you know, bouncing first is not out of the question. All right. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel and post a comment if you have questions. Anybody out there watching, if you want me to cover something in particular, if you want to learn something, let me know. What else do I want to bring up before I forget here? Ethereum holding on to its 2 teeth here. Just holding on by the vine on the green 55. If Bitcoin gets slammed, well, this one's likely to get slammed as well. And yeah, same bearish divergence. I mean, multiple drives. Prices making higher highs, RSIs making lower highs. You got the 4-day nasty wick right there, right up into the 618. That was your bull trap. Remember, the bulls get trapped at that 618 fib. Don't. I mean, that is, you know, number one rule. Don't buy at the 618 if you're going long, vice versa. If you're going short, that's a bullish retracement, bearish retracement. Okay. And I'll just bring it up one more time. We did say the pivot on this guy is at 1705. If we do break below 1705, well, it's down, down, down to doggy town for Mr. Ethereum. What else? What else could be leading the way? Tether dominance never took out our area for the altcoin rally party to begin. When Tether dominance goes up, altcoins typically get crushed. Bitcoin dominance grinding up against its support there. I would suspect, based on the 2-month that just closed, very bullish for Mr. Bitcoin dominance. Likely this one, you know, does continue higher. And total market cap, that's all the coins here. On the daily, looks like Bitcoin. VIX popping up. As VIX goes up, typically risk assets go down. And lastly, NASDAQ grinding up its topside range. Top side of the range as the dollar is bouncing, risk assets. Oh, and to be fair, on the daily, we got a bit of a sell and the lowest volatility we have ever seen. So if we get I don't see how that we could get a negative print on inflation here, guys. I don't see how it's possible. We get a negative print on inflation when I know the jobs market is hot. I know the housing market is still hot. I know, and you and I know, we both know, when you go to the grocery store, prices aren't getting cheaper. And people are still buying a lot of stuff. People are still buying a ton of stuff. So I could be wrong. Again, I don't have a crystal ball here. Just giving my thoughts on the market. Hopefully I was able to give you some decent information. So don't forget, like, subscribe the video, do tickle the bell, have a good day, and enjoy your Taco Tuesday. Let me know if you're eating tacos today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Signing out. Take care.